Hey, here we are. This is guitar number 12. And guess what? It's another IYV. I had seen this come up on our Amazon here in Canada, and I had fell in love with the color, of course. But I wasn't really sure about it. You know, it's like a semi-hollow Telecaster style guitar, and I thought, I don't know. And then I started watching a few reviews, and a couple of the guys were playing them, and I was thinking, damn, they're better players than I am, and they sound really good. So I figured, what the hell. So I jumped on it when the price dropped a few bucks. I had no other guitars at the time that had P90s in it, so I didn't know what to expect. Because I didn't know how those guys were setting up their amps, right? I just heard what I heard, and nobody mentioned anything about, you know, any settings, effects, boosters, or anything like that. So I have my amplifier, my standard Reverb 65 Deluxe with no pedals, no boost, no nothing. Not even a delay and reverb yet. We'll get to that. And so on the headstock, I put the roller, the large roller string tree in there. The tuners are still the originals that came on it. They're adequate. If you were going to change them, I'd change them to a sort of like locking, maybe the Music Lily Pro 6s that have a 1:15 gear ratio. These are adequate, but they're coarse. You gotta get it, you gotta fiddle with it just to get it right, but it holds. I think I put the bone nut in there. Didn't change any of the electronics, no mods, because it's not a humbucker, so there's really nothing that I can do with this. Everything that came with it is adequate. The switch works fine. Color matching tips. I did have some swirls on the body, which I fixed. There was one scratch here, kind of a chafe, that I worked on manually when I got it. I showed it, and I fixed it fairly well, and now that I have the mechanical buffing pads, I've gone over this again, and it's gotten way much better. Like, unless you can actually look at it in the light to try to find out like where it was, it's basically gone. There's nothing left. See where that's shining right there in that little horn? Let me see if I get the angle. In the light here, right there, you can just barely see that there's something in there. But you need a strong light really close to it like that to be able to see it. So the back, I'll also go with the front. The front, has a quilted red. I mean, that's really something. And then the back is not quilted. It's just tinted over the body. I'm not sure what the body is. I can't remember. It could have been mahogany. But has good acoustics, similar to my Firefly or my Harley Benton 335 styles. You can sit on the couch and play with it if you want without an amplifier. So let's turn it on. Oh yeah, the button. I'm using the air bridge for convenience. And this is like no boost. Really good output pickups. Yeah. No reverb, no delay. So let's go to the next patch up that has my little reverb and delay set at level 2. And it just goes on and on and on. The back of the neck is satined out. It's got some figuring in it. If I was to do anything else on it, you know, as a mod now, it would probably be those locking tuners. It doesn't get out very often. I've done a couple of songs with it. I mean, there's so many guitars around here now. The sharing of time is small between each one of them. I have a set of 8.5s to 38s or 39s on this. This is a lick I stole from Dave at Tao of Twang. I've been learning some stuff from him on scale playing. Middle position. Neck. Not a lot of difference between the middle and the neck by itself, but the pickups are very articulate. They are clean. I mean, very, very clean pickups. There's no noise from this. There's no shielding. You know, worth speaking about. I can't remember if they put any little paint in there or not, but that paint stuff is usually not as good as the copper tapes. So this is number 12. I was hesitant to buy it, but after I got it, I'm glad that I did. It's another really good example of an IYV quality guitar. Also built in Vietnam, so the Vietnam factory, you know, is getting a good name. Harley Benton puts out a TE90 something or other, TRD or something like that. Maybe they call it TRD. I don't know what they call it, but they put out a TE90 that's called this, and they're likely made by the same people who make this one, you know, called the 400 TRD for IYV. I'm sure of it because they're exactly the same as far as specs go and looks. So number 12, not too much to say about it. Again, I mentioned the cast bridge on this. It's kind of like a hip shot style bridge, and they're very, very nice bridges. Finally saw that I could get replacements like this on Amazon. In the future, if I get any kind of guitars that have like less than this style bridge that could fit here, I would likely use this style to replace them. So yep, that's it. It was very simple. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this was the one guitar that I've ever gotten so far, out of almost 50, that I did not have to level frets. There was one little bit of a high fret on 13. I gave it a little knock with the hammer. It stayed down after a while. I checked it, it was good. So all I had to do was polish and make sure the fret ends were nice and smooth. And that was it. No fret leveling. The only neck ever. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching number 12. Highly recommend this guitar. Catch you in the next one.